Hi, I'm Julie Schiffman, and today I thought we would do some tapping for insomnia. I've had numerous people coming in to see me lately with this challenge, and I thought it would be a good idea to address it here. Whether you have had this problem for years or suffer with it periodically, it can be brutal. There is nothing worse than not getting a good night's sleep. It just affects everything you do, right? It can affect your mood, the way you feel physically, emotionally, and your entire day, because it can be so hard to focus when you are so tired. Tapping for insomnia can be a little tricky because it may involve some detective work, and the results are not always instant because you have to wait and see how your next night's sleep is. When you have pain and tap on it, it's either there or not there, or you can tell if it is improved with tapping. When it comes to sleep, you have to wait. The good news is, I have seen so many people free themselves of this problem with tapping, and you can get help too. Once you clear out the emotional underlying component, you can easily find yourself sleeping like a baby again. One of the things that I see over and over again is that once people start tapping for past events in their lives that have been challenging, traumatic, or painful, they notice that a natural side effect is restful, uninterrupted sleep. I hear this often. So some things to consider when figuring out why you can't sleep. If this is a more recent problem, think about what has been on your mind lately. What has been stressing you out? Has work been more of a challenge than usual? Are you worried about an evaluation coming up or a deadline? Maybe you're worried about a family member, or you recently had an argument with someone you really care about and you keep replaying the conversation over and over again in your mind. These are some reasons why it may be difficult to sleep, because your mind is preoccupied with the anxiety or an emotional upset. If this is the case, start tapping on that particular stressor. If, on the other hand, you have had difficulty sleeping for years, think about what might have been going on at the time it started. If you know what that is, then start tapping on the incident. If you don't have any ideas about that, then start tapping for the inability to get a good night's sleep, and usually something will pop up for you. The truth is, sometimes people get so stressed out about not sleeping that it makes it more difficult to sleep because you're worried that you won't be able to get to sleep. A couple of things I want to recommend before we get started. Do the tapping sequence at least about an hour before you actually go to bed for the night. I've had many people tell me that tapping can be stimulating for them and it gives them an energy boost, so it might make it a little bit harder to fall asleep. If you're in bed and wake up during the night and want to tap yourself back to sleep, I suggest that you imagine yourself tapping on the points. You don't need to physically tap in order to get the same results. Just close your eyes and imagine tapping while breathing and focusing on relaxation. We're going to do a couple of rounds here. The first for general stress about the inability to sleep, and another round to address any stressors going on in your life which are keeping your thoughts preoccupied. These statements are obviously very general. Everyone's circumstances are different, so feel free to change the words to accommodate your particular situation. As always, please remember to take responsibility for your own emotional and physical well-being. If this feels challenging for you in any way, please reach out for help. And we're going to start tapping on the side of the hand. Even though I can't fall asleep at night, I love and accept myself. Even though I feel ready to go to bed, it's getting late, and then I just toss and turn, worrying about various things, I accept myself anyway. Even though night after night I'm having difficulty falling asleep, and it's not only frustrating, but it's creating some real anxiety in me, which makes it worse. I love and accept and forgive myself. And we're going to tap through the points. I can't fall asleep at night. I start to freak out because I'm lying in bed. I'm watching the clock and I can't fall asleep. I can't get to sleep. I've even tried counting sheep. Anything that will help. I'm getting really anxious. It's the same thing night after night. My mind is racing with everything I need to do tomorrow. I've tried reading and watching TV to make me tired. Nothing works. But I'm afraid I won't be able to sleep tonight, like every other night. I have a really busy day tomorrow. What if I can't function because I'm too tired? I can't sleep. My mind starts racing. It's really hard for me to calm down, especially at night, because my cortisol levels are heightened and I start to think irrationally. When I start to think irrationally, my mind goes to all sorts of places, and it becomes hard to quiet my mind and my body. I love and accept myself anyway. I choose to quiet my mind and my body before I even get into bed at night. Remembering to breathe. My entire body is getting to rest, restore, and rejuvenate for a brand new day. It's time to put this day to rest. If there was anything today that made me frustrated, stressed, angry, I choose to let it go for now. It's already in the past. It doesn't need to interfere with my sleep. My body really wants to rest from the day. And so does my mind. Just remembering to breathe and let go. I'm beginning to unwind. I'm choosing to sleep restfully, peacefully. I'm choosing to have a restful night with uninterrupted sleep. My mind is slowing down as I recognize that I can deal with anything tomorrow. I am calm, relaxed, ready to drift off to sleep as I focus on my breath and become weightless in my body and my bed. Peace. And just take a breath in and let it out. And hopefully this helps you to feel calm. But if you notice that any emotions or thoughts came up which are a bit unsettling, then make a note of it, either mentally or write it down so you can go back to it. In other words, if you're thinking nothing works, I just can't sleep, how is the tapping going to help me? I've done everything, and so on, then make a note of that and start tapping on it. This type of thinking is creating more stress in your body, which might be making it more difficult for you to go to sleep. Make sure you address this pattern of thinking and let go of the limiting beliefs which are standing in your way. We're going to do one more round of tapping here. We are going to address anxiety that you might be having about something coming up. Maybe it's a meeting tomorrow or next week. Maybe it's needing to confront someone or step into yourself and own your power. Maybe it's anxiety based on something going on with your family. Whatever's consuming your thoughts lately, think about how it makes you feel. Angry, scared, sad, etc. Keep tapping on all of this until you can think about it, and then you're ready to feel calmer about it. And we're going to start tapping. Even though I can't sleep because I'm really worried about something coming up, I just can't stop thinking about it. I deeply and completely accept myself. Even though I'm really worried about this event coming up, I keep worrying about anything that might go wrong or what I can do better. I accept myself and how I feel about this. Even though I have to worry about this so much that I keep myself awake all night long because that really will help the situation. I have to do something. And worrying makes me feel like I am doing something. I accept that I'm trying to control something with worry. And I'm beginning to see that this might be pointless. I accept myself anyway. I can't get to sleep. My thoughts are consumed with worry. I'm really anxious about that meeting or event. I can't stop thinking about it. What if it doesn't go well? I keep replaying some scenario in my mind, which hasn't even happened yet. I'm assuming something will go wrong. I have to anticipate the worst. I have to worry about this all night long. It makes the most sense to me. At least I'm doing something about it. I have to see all possible outcomes of this in order to feel safe. It makes perfect sense for me to stay awake all night long and worry. Except it really doesn't. And I'm afraid I'll be too tired tomorrow. But part of me does feel like the more I worry, the more I'm able to control the outcome. If I look at this realistically, which can be difficult in the middle of the night, I know it'll be okay. And this issue will still be here tomorrow. And the truth is, I might be able to think more clearly if I've had a good night's sleep. It always works out. Always. I'm just too scared to put all my faith that it will be okay. What if it's not okay? I can survive anything in the moment. Anything. Maybe this will be okay too. I am starting to feel calmer as I honor all of my emotions about this upcoming event. I'm beginning to relax a little, even feeling a bit more sleepy. I was resisting sleep, but now I'm starting to succumb. I am confident I can deal with this tomorrow. My head is getting lighter. My body feels lighter. I am comfortable and safe in my bed, focusing on my breathing, feeling drowsy, relaxed. I am relaxed, sleepy, and at peace. And now you're ready to get a good night's sleep. Remember to just imagine tapping on yourself if it's late at night. Focus on your breathing, continue tapping on anything else that might have come up for you. Clear your mind of the mental chatter. It doesn't mean anything for you in the middle of the night. Have a peaceful, restful sleep, and keep on tapping.
Thanks for watching. Subscribe now and click the notification bell so you never miss an update. See you in the next video.